Well, good morning, everyone. It has been so long, too long. I'm so sorry. I keep like filming a video, posting it, and then saying I'll be more consistent, and then I'm not. So if you've stayed subscribed, thank you so much. It's just been so incredibly busy, and unfortunately, especially for me, when you are that busy, your hobbies kind of take a back seat. But I'm going to try to be better. I'm going to try to post a lot more regularly because this is one of my only creative outlets, just to give you an insight on how low creativity I've had because I haven't posted in months, but it really has just been that hectic and that busy. But I wanted to really commit to like filming and editing and posting. I've filmed a bunch of stuff. I did like a 2025 Project Pan update back in January that's sitting on this, drive right now. The things that I filmed, when I finally do have some time to edit them, they don't seem timely anymore. For me, like when you record and then you edit so much later, you just kind of hate everything about it. I need to like record, edit, and post so that the embarrassment of it all doesn't sink in too much. But I thought today would just be a fun, like, daily vlog kind of video. I'm working today and I've got schoolwork to do, so I thought it'd be fun to give some updates there. But yeah, with just like a work from home day and a grad program from home day. So let's go ahead and do that. I've got ready today. I have a pretty light meeting load today, which is why I took on doing a little vlog. Usually I run anywhere from 5 to 10 meetings a day, to be honest. But today I only have 3, which is wonderful. That to me is a very light meeting day. So I'm really excited to actually get more work done because I'm not sitting in back-to-back Zooms for most of the day. Let's go right now to just go make some breakfast. I'm really hungry, and I have been lately. For whatever reason, I've been getting more and more hungry. Usually I can get by with like 1 or 2 meals a day, but this past week, for whatever reason, I don't know if my body is just craving more nutrients because the days that are really busy, I'm eating like a handful of nuts and an apple and then getting back to meetings. But yeah, I've just been really, really hungry. So we're going to go make a little yogurt bowl dealio right now. You might have seen that the background looks a little bit different. We did also move. Again, I don't know how many moving videos are on this channel now. We had moved initially, which is what sparked me wanting to do a channel. And then that place was an absolute nightmare. So very quickly we had to move again. About 4 months into living there, we moved. And then we lived in that last place for about a little over a year, actually, maybe around 14 months. We weren't intending on moving, but we saw this absolutely stunning apartment and we're like, you know what? It's been a year. Let's do it. It's an older building. It's not a brand spanking new building, but it is still really, really nice. It's not that old. It's like, I think they said 10, 15 years old. So it's not that old of a building, but just really, really nice. So much natural light. I'll flip it around after I'm making breakfast and you'll see like there's just so much gorgeous light coming in all day. It's also helped me wake up earlier. Not that I have too hard of a time with that, but because we've got a skylight in our room, when the sun's up, our room is bright. So anyways, I'm gonna start off with some yogurt. I really like the Siggy's brand. I've never tried their plant-based coconut one though. It smells delicious, so I'm gonna try that today. And I have a cute little Christmas bowl. Not that it's anywhere near Christmas time. I had a friend say once, like, I'm not gonna let a dish tell me how or when to use it. And that's because they were drinking wine out of a coffee mug. And someone had pointed out, like, you're drinking wine out of a coffee mug. It's like, the vessel doesn't get to decide what I put into it. So embodying that today, I really love this bowl. I like that it's wide. Our other bowls are more like cereal bowl-esque or soup bowl-esque, so I like a wide one when I make these kind of granola yogurt bowls. Let's actually try a little bit. It's an interesting consistency because it is plant-based, but the flavor is really good, so I don't hate it. And then I'm going to try this new granola brand as well. It's got cinnamon and blueberries and nuts and all sorts of good things. So we're gonna try that. I usually eat this brand's like honey nut granola, but wanted to try a new flavor. Let's also dice up some strawberries. Got a bunch of strawberries yesterday, so I'm gonna dice up some strawberries as well. Because I've been traveling so much for work, you're eating out so often. Literally every meal a day is either conference food or you're eating out. So I think that's also why this last 2 weeks that I have been home, I've just been eating so much because I think my body is craving something a little bit more fresh. Not that like eating in a restaurant isn't fresh, but I don't know, maybe you know what I mean. When you're eating out just so much, it does something to your body. And yeah, my body's like, no, you're home right now. Let's get as much home food in as possible, maybe. I don't know. But I was telling my husband yesterday, I have been so hungry this past weekend. Don't know what it is, don't know why, but it's what it is. What are you gonna do? But yeah, I have been nonstop traveling since February. I'm home for a few days and then back on the road. It's a heavy conference season in the industry that I work in, which is higher education. And yeah, you're just traveling a lot. And we're not only going to these conferences, but we're presenting at a lot of them or hosting them ourselves. So we hosted three. We co-hosted another. So 3, and we're not done yet. So I'm leaving this week, end of this week, I'm leaving to go down to SoCal. I'm going to be in Anaheim for a few days. We have a couple of presentations during that conference, 3. So that'll be a fun time. I don't love presenting. I've been told I'm good at it. I just don't love it. I don't love everyone looking at you and only you know what you're going to say, but afterwards I'm always like, oh, I should use this example instead. And of course we have a presentation, you prep and all those things, but I don't know, there's some things that you don't put on a slide and you don't put in a script. You just want it to be natural, so you tell yourself, hey, remember to say these things, and sometimes you don't always say them. So I'm my hardest critic for sure, as many of you probably are in your lives. Here's my lovely little, maybe let's not tip it towards the camera, maybe let me just show y'all. There's my lovely breakfast. I went a little overboard on the strawberries, but who cares? And then while I have it flipped around, these are the windows that I was talking about. Just floor to ceiling, just windows everywhere. There's windows everywhere. And this is just like the downstairs, but yeah, just windows everywhere. Another bunch over here. There's more windows upstairs. So just really been loving, living here in so much light. I take vitamin D supplements because where I was living previously, we faced away from the sun. So we didn't get a lot of good natural light in that apartment to begin with. But ever since I moved out of the home, the one that sparked, all of the vlogging, I've been vitamin D deficient. And I don't think I'm going to be anymore. I've also now live in a neighborhood where I feel really safe to walk again. I wasn't walking for the last year, at least not consistently or not without my husband. I would just go over to the gym, but even that became a little dodgy, like walking over even into the complex's gym. It was just not a very great, they're trying to revive the area, but it was just not a very great area. So it became harder and harder to feel safe walking around. So now I, go out for walks. I live right above a bakery as well as across the street from a good coffee shop. At the bare minimum, I'm walking out to go and get treats. And Yoshi's been very, very happy with the move. He absolutely loves it here. He loves sitting on his perch and looking out to his kingdom. All right, let's actually go back upstairs and enjoy my breakfast while I work. Not something I recommend people do. I recommend you step away and actually enjoy eating your, meals, but I do have just so many emails to get to, and as we're prepping for more travel next week, there's just so much to get done. So I'm going to eat my breakfast at my desk, and I've got about 20 minutes before my meeting today. My desk is quite messy at the moment, so hopefully sometime today I can take a break and clean it up. This granola is really good. Again, I always go for the honey nut granola from that brand, but this blueberry cinnamon, I'm not mad at it. Bangin' iced coffee. That's why a lot of times, even though I live right next to two places that make coffee, we don't often go out and buy coffee anymore. That was the biggest thing I noticed when we got an espresso machine, because before, when we had the Nespresso and we're doing, you know, the whole pod thing, loved the Nespresso, and at the time really did think that it was some of the best coffee out there. Not that it's bad at all, but I would still be buying coffee from coffee shops. I'd still want to go and buy coffee at coffee shops. So I think it's so telling that now we don't prefer it. Our machine was down for a little bit and we couldn't really figure out if it was like a cleaning or a descalling thing. And, you know, we got on the phone with Breville Support and they kind of helped us get it up and running again. But our frother wasn't frothing. We were getting like these puffs of air, and it took a while for the espresso to actually pour. So it was down for about 2 weeks before we actually fixed it. And we were buying coffees, and you know, let's say 8 out of 10 times those coffee shop coffees are great, but sometimes you get it and it's the wrong color, it's too watery, it's just not good. So we hardly ever prefer to buy a coffee elsewhere. We just love making coffee at home. And I thought that was the biggest difference, because lots of people tell you like, oh, you get a machine at home and you won't buy it. And then with the Nespresso, I didn't find that to be the case. And I loved a lot of their coffees. Like they had one during the summertime, coconut coffee. Oh, that one was so good. But I was still going out and buying coffees, and so was my husband. So I think it's really telling that now we kind of grown a little bit when we have to go buy a coffee, because we're like, oh, we just want our machine to work because it's so good, and it is so good. Well, I clearly enjoyed it because I have absolutely demolished the plate. Okay, it's about 12:17ish. I'm gonna go and have some lunch really quickly. My next meeting's at 1, so I'm just gonna inhale my lunch a little bit. But weekend Zara was so productive. Not only did I get all my schoolwork done, we got some chores done, but also I meal prepped for the week because I knew it was gonna be such a busy week, and that when the weeks are like this, I don't even eat. Again, I will eat like a handful of mixed nuts or something like that, or my default is just eating some chocolate as well. Like that's not an appropriate lunch. But I made a very vegetable dense pasta salad for the week. So I've meal prepped that already. So I'm going to go down and eat it. And it's great because it's, you know, a pasta salad. I don't need to heat it up or anything. That's the other problem with meal prepping. Sometimes it's things where you need to heat them up and they aren't really just out of the fridge ready to eat things. So I just haven't been meal prepping that way, because when I do, like I meal prepped a soup last week, I ate it twice and that was it. And I threw away so much soup because I just didn't get to it. And then it's got like cabbage and carrots in it, and you're like, oh, well, this is all gummy and gross now. Like I'm not gonna eat it now on the weekend. The vast majority of it went in the trash, which always feels really bad because groceries are so expensive and I absolutely hate throwing away food. Rich and I are really big leftover folks. We try to eat everything before throwing it away because I just really hate throwing away food. But I did last week. So this week I was like, I know myself. I know it's going to be busy. I know you can only pull away for like sometimes less than 20 minutes. So let's prep something that is just out of the fridge and good to go. So I'm gonna go and get myself a bowl of pasta salad. So what it has in here is those little pearl pasta noodles. I have a little bit of cheese, tomatoes, chickpeas, onions, carrots, cucumbers, olives, green onion, and then a bunch of seasoning. I think that's it. I think that's everything I put in there. But maybe it doesn't look as appetizing on camera, but it is really good. I also have a can of the cherry float Coke Zero. I've been loving this maybe like since last summer, all of the different Diet Cokes and Coke Zeros that have been coming out. This straight up just tastes like vanilla Coke and cherry Coke that you put into one can. So it's really good. Both of those Coke Zero flavors. Oh,
I've been loving all of the flavors, but this for sure tastes like you took a vanilla Coke and a cherry Coke and combined it all into one can, and I really, really like it. I think it was during the winter time was the Diet Coke with the lime. I don't even like Diet Coke. I loved that Diet Coke with the lime in it. It tastes so much better than if you got like a Coke Zero or a Diet Coke and put a lime in it, or use one of those like true lime, true lemon. Like it tastes so much better than that. I don't know why they're only limited. I bought so many cases. I saw they were at like a local grocery store when I was grocery shopping. I bought 3 cases, which is all they had in stock. And anytime I saw it in stock, I would buy multiple cases because I absolutely loved that Diet Coke. And again, I'm not a Diet Coke drinker. So yeah, really enjoyed it. But okay, I'm gonna eat my lunch. I'm down to the last like 30 minutes of lunch. It's so good. The only bad part about prepping a pasta salad is that a lot of the dressing gets kind of soaked into the pasta, so it becomes a little bit drier. If you are not an olive person, oh, I might have mentioned this in another video. There is one specific olive that I recommend to everyone that says they don't like olives. I always have it in stock. I'm gonna go grab it from my pantry. It's these. I literally always have these in stock. They are always in stock. They're from the brand Lindsay. They are their medium, smooth and buttery green pitted olives. When people say they don't like olives and then I recommend this or I make something with this in it, like, oh, olives, I'm like, try it. I could just eat this whole can of olives by itself. This is so, and I'm an olive lover, but people that don't love olives also love this. So I recommend this to every single time someone's like, oh, I don't like olives. Try this one. I think you will love it. Truly, I think you will love it because I've never met anyone that I've recommended it to. And my friends are not their friends like, oh, sorry, I recommended this. You just say you like it and you don't really like it. No, people love it when I recommend it. They've reached back out being like, I'm addicted, or I'm going to buy these more, or they send me a picture of them getting it because that's how much I hype up that brand of olive. I'm going to finish my lunch over an episode of watching George Lopez. I'm really trying to step away during this lunch break, especially because I ate breakfast at my desk. So I'm really trying to like not go back to my desk to finish my lunch.
I just wanted to talk about like a little fidgety thing that I've been really loving lately. Um, they're from, I don't know if it's going to come up, but they're from this brand Specs, and they're like little magnetic pebbles. They just feel really good as you crunch them around, I don't know, in your palm. I've been using them a lot during meetings or right before like I have to speak at a conference or something, and they've been, I don't know, they're really calming, they're really helpful, and I've been really enjoying them.
Several hours later.
Well, so much for ending exactly at time. It's 20 minutes after and I'm still working. But I think that was the final email. That was the final deliverable. I wanted to just make sure I got done. It took a little bit longer, but is what it is. Got it done. So I think I'm just gonna close out and take a breather before I watch a couple of lectures. The inspector. What are you doing? Inspecting all the groceries? I know. I did a really quick Instacart order. We bought a bunch of groceries this weekend, but I bought all the ingredients and not all of the proteins. I literally only got 1 day's worth of protein, so needed to do another, excuse you. Yes, that's the camera, thank you. Needed to do another grocery order, so I got, thank you for gracing us with your presence. So I got some hot dog buns because we have hot dogs, and just some different seasonings that, you know, sound kind of good. A little kombucha because I wanted a fun little drink. And then salmon, which I'm going to be cooking tonight. So I'm thinking like a salmon bowl, salmon, rice, avocado, and cucumber maybe. So that'll be tonight's dinner. So for now, I'm gonna put this stuff away and I'm gonna marinate the salmon. Nothing crazy, probably just like teriyaki sauce, a little bit of sesame oil, some other seasonings, and let it sit in the fridge for a little bit. My husband doesn't work too late today. I've never tried this brand of kombucha before, but it's mango passion fruit, which sounds delicious.
That might be one of the best kombuchas. So I'm gonna put the rest of these away and then marinate the salmon. All right, so here's the ingredient list so far. We've got salmon. I'm gonna chop up some green onion and a little pepper. I'm using these 2 oils, some garlic, a little ginger, a little bit of miso, and a little bit of teriyaki, and some tamari as well. So this is what we're working with. So here it's all ready to be marinated a bit. Yeah, it was tamari, some ginger, garlic, onion, jalapeno, some togarashi, salt, pepper, sesame oil, that mushroom algae oil. So yeah, now it's just gonna marinate for a bit in the fridge, and then when my husband is coming home, I'm gonna pop it in the air fryer. Okay, dinner is all prepped. That took no time at all. I need to be better about like stress management because I am glued there to that computer for so long that truly, even for myself, when I'm like, oh, I gotta step away, or I gotta go prep dinner, or I should go prep dinner. And we sometimes fall to just ordering, which is so expensive and a waste of all the groceries we buy, you know, throughout the week. But I default to just not stepping away. But that took less than 10 minutes to chop the few things I was going to chop, to add all the sauces and seasonings and everything to the dish, to just throw in the fridge and let it all kind of, you know, marry. So this is a really good, and I learned this lesson honestly so many times of like, it is okay to take a breather. It sucks that it has to be a day that is a light day for me to actually pull away and like enforce the rules that I know to be true. But it is what it is. What are you gonna do? I'm so happy with how much I accomplished today. I had I pulled away for lunch, I ate breakfast, but I also got through so many to-dos that have just been kind of on the back burner because we've been traveling since February. So it was nice to just be here knowing that I'm here for the whole week and like getting all of those things done. So lots to do, lots more to continue doing. But yeah, today was I feel so productive.
Special counsel or independent counsel is an inferior officer. And this is the reasoning.
Okay, by the state of me, you can probably tell that I've been watching lectures for the past like hour and a half-ish maybe. So I think I'm going to call it a quits on all productivity today, but also just on vlogging today. It was really fun, and I think I was more productive because I had to hold myself accountable to finish this video. So it was a really good day. I really enjoyed picking the camera back up again, and I know I'm going to enjoy editing later. God, I look so tired. I feel like I looked relatively good up until I started studying, but yeah, these courses are doing me in for sure. So now I look a mess, and it's very hot and sweaty, so if you can hear the fan in the background, just is what it is because it's just so hot today. Thank you so much for watching. I really hope you enjoyed this catch-up vlog. I really enjoyed making it, and hope to catch you all in my next video.